And Chris and Tom, can you talk about working on that relationship between Thor and
yeah, I mean, we had a
hate each other,
great time. Well, there we go. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and you work.
Inherently dramatically interesting. It doesn't mean if it's, you know, Cain and Abel back in the Bible, or it's Edmund and Edgar in King Lear, or any story really, where essentially you've got two opposing forces who are competing for the same thing. And in this case, it's the love and affection and pride of their father. And what's great about the two characters is that they're both enormously gifted. Thor is powerful and noble and strong and physically athletic and the leader of the pack, and Loki is fiercely intelligent, and he's a strategist and is a master of magic. So the two of them together are a force to be reckoned with, but going up against each other is a whole other thing. And I should also add that as an actor, it's much easier to be really nasty to someone that you really like, and that was. I mean, you can't really ask for that. You can't buy that. And Ken must have seen something that maybe with the two of us would get on or something. But when we first met. Actually, I remember the three of us came over, and Natalie Portman was also there. And while Ken was talking to Natalie, we were dispatched by Ken to go and train together. And Chris had me lifting tree trunks and logs, and
Tom taught me yoga, and it was a good combination.
Yeah,
we're doing yoga, and I said, "No, Natalie Portman's going to be here in a second. I can't be seen doing this. You know? Let's go break something."
Yeah, let's go and throw ourselves through a tree.
And then Natalie Portman came in, and she was so flexible by that stage. She was halfway through her training for Black Swan that she would just drape a leg over the edge of a sofa and be incredibly physically impressive, rather shaming us all.
Sounds as though entering the world of Asgard meant fulfilling a childhood ambition. And if that's the case, I wonder then if there are only two left that you have any chance of fulfilling, playing for Linfield and appearing in Coronation Street.
Well, I think the Linfield one's very probably gone. I think it was always gone. Oh, really? Well, it was a fantastic opportunity. It was a great adventure, and it was, in a way, it was a great surprise, and to be considered for it, and then to kind of, you know, go up for the job and try and get it, and then to do actually something I hadn't done before, which is spend a couple of years in Hollywood. I'd never done that before. I'd flitted in, flitted out. I'd been privileged to be asked to go and do things there, but the whole sort of combination of some of the things that the boys were talking about in terms of the story elements that probably, you wouldn't be surprised, interested me, in terms of those big problems in royal families that have been in some of the rest of the work I've done, but the great sort of mystery of visual effects, CGI and 3D, developing stories that are part of a great big film universe that's fiercely protected by the people who have worked so hard to create it across a long period of time, and keeping your energy and your focus on the job. That was quite something. So I was in some familiar territory with great talents, and I was in some very unfamiliar territory. So I sort of deliberately, once I had the joy of getting the job, kind of embraced putting myself in way out of my comfort zone. But it was a very thrillingly bumpy ride.